again, Bedandi for TruthRadioShow.com, and I just want to address them wild-eyed rumors that are floating around the internet right now. There's this guy Max on YouTube. I'm not even going to say his last name because I don't want him to get a thrill, okay? And, the thing is, I'm not really trashing the guy either. I mean, he might have good intentions, but the thing is, he's not dotting his I's and crossing his T's. Him and a bunch of other people are trying to say that Clive Bundy is part of the Illuminati because the Bundy name is an Illuminati bloodline name. Yes, it is. However, you saying that Clive Bundy is, okay, is saying that hundreds of thousands of people with the last name Bundy are in the Illuminati, which is false. Now, I have confirmed this. With former Illuminati expert. Okay, he's a former Illuminati as well, former satanic priest and so on, confirmed that Clive Bundy is not part of the Illuminati. Him or any of his family that lived there do not have no correlation at all with the Illuminati. And if they did, not only Doc Marquise would have came out with this, but also Mark Dice. Mark Dice would have came right out with this right away. Like he does a great job with the Super Bowl halftime shows, the Olympics and so on, coming out about exposing the Illuminati stuff. And Mark Dice would have came right out with that right away from the get-go. Also, Doc Marquise and Bill Schnoebelen and all these Illuminati experts would have came out. But no, Clive Bundy does not belong to the Illuminati. First of all, if you're an Illuminati, you're not going to be getting up at 4 in the morning to tend to your farm and to your ranch. Okay, you got to be living the life like these politicians like Harry Reid. And those are Illuminati scum. Okay, Clive Bundy, again, is not Illuminati. And I want to address the second rumor that's going around, which is really funny. Well, first of all, this guy Max, he points out that a lot of stuff in the media is a hoax, it's staged, it's like it's a show with actors. Well, he's right about that, but to an extent. And he's trying to say that everybody, or the people on horses at the Clive Bundy Ranch were all actors. It was a big show put on. That's all it was. It was a big show. They were all actors. Well, let me tell you something, pal, okay? And all these people that believe in that. I know a few people that personally that were there. I was supposed to be there, but David Knight from Infowars.com, he beat me to the punch because Alex was going to send me there because I asked him to go, but David Knight asked first. And they sent David Knight out there. So that's one person that could attest that, yes, it was real. A friend of mine, Peter Santilli, same thing. He said, he was there. He could attest that was real. So two friends of mine are real, like a brother, David Knight, a friend of mine, Peter Santilli, and a couple other people I don't want to mention, that they don't want me to mention their name, but I know people that were there. It's not a hoax, okay? It wasn't staged actors, okay? And again, Clive Bundy and his family do not belong to the Illuminati. That's saying that everybody in this country with the last name Bundy is in the Illuminati. Okay, that's hogwash. So before you come out with elaborate hoax accusations, I should say, cross your T's and dot your I's. And me being an Illuminati historian, right away when you came out with that, these people came out with that, I knew that was a giant hoax. Because anybody knows anything about the Illuminati knows that somebody ain't going to sit there waking up 4 o'clock in the morning having to work their butt off, especially on a farm. Farm work is probably the most hardest work you could ever do. You're not going to be a member of the Illuminati and having to do that hard labor. It's common sense. And first of all, you should study what the Illuminati is before you start rambling on about who you think and making false accusations. Because people like you is the reason why mainstream demonizes us as tinfoil hat wearers and conspiracy theorists. So, and if you got good intentions, God bless you. I apologize for talking like that. But again, cross your T's and dot your I's. And anybody out there, Max and anybody else out there who is coming up with these elaborate accusations. Because again, Clive Bundy was not in the Illuminati, and his family there generally is nothing to do with the Illuminati. And those people there on horses and such, the protesters, they were not actors. Again, I know people that were there. So I just wanted to address that real quick. And anybody got any questions or such, you can feel free to contact me on my website, TruthRadioShow.com. There's so many ways to contact me on Facebook, so on my social media sites, Twitter, and so on. And especially you people out there, and this guy Max here, I forgot your last name. If you got questions and you want to talk about it, whatever, feel free to contact me. And I apologize if I sound a little cocky to you, but please don't put out disinformation without crossing T's and dotting your I's, because people have a hard enough time to swallow the red pill, yet alone when people coming out with disinformation that, like the federal agents do. They pay people, sit in cubicles all day, to be trolls on people's sites and come out with disinformation about stuff. So we need to keep the information tight and legit. When I come on my radio show, I'll come out with the documents. I'll cross my T's, dot my I's. I'll come up with the proof. And if I'm wrong, it's not that I'm wrong. Hey, this is where I got it from. Just say Homeland Security's endgame. That's right there in the document. I'm not wrong. They're wrong because I just reported what's in that document. And if I am wrong, I'm the first one to come out and say, hey, I was wrong yesterday or whatever, and this is the truth. And there's no room for ego-ness in this movement. So accept your humility and humble yourself and admit that you were wrong. And again, Cliven Bundy was not an Illuminati. I had to say this 1,000 times so you understand it. And they were not actors there at the protest. And anyway, this is Debunking for TruthRadioShow.com.